What's up guys, gals, and non-binary pals? Welcome to Art by Flan. Today we're doing, I guess you could call it the redraw challenge. I'm not going to brand it as such, but it's basically that. I've seen a lot of people posting on social media, specifically Instagram and Twitter, where I happen to follow a bunch of artists, but they've been posting pictures, comparison pictures of their art in 2006 and their art 10 years later in 2016 to sort of commemorate the end of the year and sort of, show how they've grown in the past 10 years or so. And I thought that would be a perfect challenge because not only has it been 10 years since I've started, I've been doing art longer than 10 years, but not only has it been 10 years since I've done the piece I'm redrawing, but it's also been 10 years that I've been working with a graphics tablet. Christmas 2006, my mother presented me with a Graphire, what was it called? It's let me Google it here real quick. Wacom Graphire. That was it. It was a little 4-inch by 5-inch slab, and it had like a plastic cover, and it came with a mouse and a pen. And if you're not familiar with the Graphire, but are familiar with Wacom products, the Graphire was actually the precursor to the Intuos line. So the Graphire was their previous cheap line or whatever, or their non-Cintiq line, and the Intuos replaced that. But yep, my mother presented me with this 4x5-inch tablet, and it opened doors for me. I felt like I had just been gifted the answer to all of my artistic problems. Boy, was I wrong. But it certainly has helped me expand my digital art. Learning to draw, is still a process, obviously. It didn't help fix my anatomy or my ability to color or whatever. I still had to learn that. But is easily one of, if not the best Christmas presents I have ever gotten. And I drew so much the day I got it. Like, my mother had to pull me away from the computer. She's like, Danny, you need to go to bed. It's like, no, but I want to draw some more. But I had that tablet for years, and I still have it, actually. I think it's in one of the boxes. I think it made the move up to the northern part of the United States with me. It's old, like, they don't make drivers for it anymore, and the grip on the pen is all dirty and came off at some point, but still got it. I stopped using it when I replaced it with my Wacom Cintiq. And let me tell you guys, if you want to work with a tablet, you don't need an expensive tablet to do it. It's a bit of an easier transition. Like, there's still a transition period between traditional art and digital art on a tablet with a Cintiq, because the feel of a pencil and the feel of a stylus are two different things, and how they react to what you're drawing on is different. But you don't need an expensive tablet to start doing digital art with a tablet. You don't. I did some great pieces for the time with my Graphire. The only learning curve with a non-Cintiq tablet is you do have to learn to connect. You do have to learn to draw without looking at your hand, essentially, because if you've never used a graphics tablet, the way that works is you will draw on the pad. It doesn't have a screen, but your cursor on your screen will move. So you have to kind of teach yourself around that disconnect of looking at what you're drawing, looking down at it, essentially. But it's not a difficult learning curve to use. At least it wasn't for me. I picked it up right away. But anyway, I say that's a lie. I had a learning curve. Everybody does. But I used that crap out of that tablet until I got my Cintiq years later, which I'm still using that same Cintiq. So Wacom make quality products. I could probably plug up that Graphire right now and it'd still work. Probably not well because there's no drivers for it, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so it's been 10 years that I've been drawing with a tablet, and I thought that was a great landmark to sort of redraw. So I picked one of the drawings I did on Christmas Day, when I got the tablet, and sort of redrew it. And the original picture, which you'll see at the end of this video, it's a disaster. You'll see that there is no line art to be spoken of. The shading is practically non-existent. Like, the anatomy is a mess, but hey, we all started somewhere. So I definitely took this opportunity to sort of redraw the piece and improve on the areas I lacked in the first one. So you can see one of her arms here. Both eyes are visible, even though one is winking, but that's more of a nod to the original piece. The coloring is obviously much better, at least in my opinion. The original piece just had like those squiggly drawn in hair lines. This one I've actually learned how to draw hair. But yeah, like, I definitely took this opportunity to improve on everything that piece lacked, and I think I did an okay job. But you guys will definitely have to let me know what you think in the comments. But yeah, I'm relatively happy with it overall. I struggled a bit with the background, and you'll see in the finished piece it's kind of blah, but she's really the focus of the picture. And I also took this opportunity because Christmas is tomorrow at the time this video goes up. It's not right now at the time I'm recording, but the time this video goes up, it should be December 24th. So I made it a bit more Christmassy, as I'm a family who celebrates Christmas. I also think it's Hanukkah today, so happy Hanukkah to my Hanukkah celebrating peeps out there. But I made it a bit more Christmassy. In the original piece, you'll see she had like lace around it. I changed that to fur, and I gave her a poinsettia crown because I like flower crowns, and poinsettias are a Christmassy flower. So yeah, I definitely took this opportunity to make it more of a holiday piece. I don't think it was originally intended to be, but it is now, so take that past Danny. But yeah, like you can definitely see my technique in almost all areas in terms of art has improved, but it's going to in 10 years. If you draw as much as I have in the last 10 years, you're gonna get better. Just it's a natural progression, and you can obviously get better quicker with more practice, but I went through a bit of a dry spell for a while and I didn't draw as much, but I'm obviously back in the reins, and I have YouTube to thank for that. If I wasn't making videos, before I started making actual videos, I watched a lot of artists on YouTube, and their art really, and their art and their videos really inspired me to keep drawing and keep going before I started my channel. And now I have that and, my channel, which is, I have to be creative in some capacity, at least long enough for a video a week, and I'm really glad I have that because it's really put me back on the path, and I feel like I'm improving at a much faster rate than I was before, when I wasn't doing YouTube. And I'm really thankful that I have all this, and all my subscribers are the best year-long Christmas present I ever got. So thank you guys so much for subscribing and enjoying my art. So I'm just putting on the finishing touches here. Not really, like I said, not really much to say. It's a relatively simple piece. I didn't want to do anything too extravagant. Like I said, this was really an opportunity for me to show how I've improved versus 2006 Danny. And I really get the feeling that 2006 Danny, which at this point would have been 16, would be really impressed with the skills of 26-year-old Danny. I think she would be blown away at how far we've come and how much work we've put in. She would not like all the stuff we've been through between 16 and 26, but she would be really great, really impressed with how far our art has come. And that, I don't know, it brings a certain special warmness to my heart, that my past self would be very impressed with where my current self is. And I don't know if that's a noble goal to have, but it's one that I have. I'm adding the finishing touches here. Like I said, a little blush to her cheeks, a little red for the cold on her nose, and we should be shifting into the final pieces here in just a few moments. Shield your eyes from 2006 art, folks. Here we go. There it is. There are the two pieces finished. If you like what you see, don't forget to click that like button and leave a comment before. And hey, you can always subscribe to my channel for a fancy new video in your inbox every single week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.